and on to Formula D. You can see this one's got Formula cars and street racing. Packaging is a little more colorful. Inside we've got a little pamphlet explaining that they've got an online version of the game. Reminds me I gotta check that out. Beginner's rule book. And the rules for advanced players. The advanced rules go into track conditions and more detail on the status of your car, and also introduce the street racing. I've punched out the cardboard pieces of this game. For that street racing, you've got different characters that can be driving the cars. These are double-sided, so you've got the more generic-looking formula racers on the other side. The game board here is equally large. This time it's 6 panels because the panels are slightly smaller and more squared. And double-sided. This time on the back you've got kind of a city night scene for the street racing, which has more of a video game feel, just because you've got, like, I think turbos and people can be shooting at you rather than just watching you race. Here's the other end of that board for the original formula racing and the street racing that they've added to this edition of the game. And again, we've got the same selection of dice that allow you to move further and further spaces in the game depending on what gear you're in. You've got an extra 20-sided dice for, I think, damage or when your car's status is affected. And then this version of the game doesn't have the player boards. Instead, it's got these thin plastic trays which hold your car's, like, gearbox. It's got a little plastic piece here. It's a shifter that shifts you into which gear you're in, and it's color coded with those dice, and shows you how many spaces you can move in that gear, so that's kind of a neat reference. On the other side, you flip it over and you've got the advanced rules. So you got the same gear shift here, but you've also got a place to put these little black plastic screws. in each one of these holes, and that represents, I'm holding it up so they're falling out, but you'd normally be playing this on a flat surface, so that's not a problem. But this would indicate your tire wear or your engine wear, your brakes, suspension, things like that for the advanced rules. So there's a little baggie of those black plastic screws, and a little baggie which is dumped out in my box of those gear shifters. And these are the cars from this version of the game. They're pre-painted. They're all one piece. The other game, the cars were not pre-painted and had a separate fin piece that you could put on there to give it some color. I like these cars. And I've got my expansion pack car that came with this one. It's the expansion driver. It's just single-sided. And some errata. And these are little tiles to mark track conditions. There's gear shifter boards for all of the possible players in the game, and the plastic trays. So that's Formula D and Formula Day.